Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you about some coins of America, which are very rare and valuable. If you have these coins, they can change your fortune and you can do something. You can get rich in no time. Top 1. Welcome to today's coin discovery. If you've ever wondered about the value of your spare change, you might be surprised to learn just how much a 1992 quarter dollar can be worth, especially if it's a rare find. Cut to close-up of coin on table voiceover. At first glance, the 1992 quarter might look like any other, but there are key details that make certain versions of this coin highly valuable to collectors. The 1992 quarter dollar has some unique characteristics, particularly with variations in minting errors and condition. Zoom in on coin details voiceover. Some 1992 quarters were struck with noticeable errors, such as double die marks or off-center strikes. If your coin is one of these rare features, or is in exceptional, uncirculated condition, it could be worth far more than face value. Cut to graphic, mint mark variations and errors, with examples of coin features voiceover. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for these special variations. Coins that are graded as proof or in mint condition can fetch significant amounts at auction. Cut to high-quality image of coin with professional grading label voiceover. So, what is the actual value of a rare 1992 quarter? If you happen to have one with a rare error or it's in top-tier condition, it could sell for an incredible $87,000. Pause with graphics showing $87,000 in bold letters voiceover. Yes, you heard that correctly. $87,000. That's what some of these rare coins have been known to fetch at auction. Cut to image of stack of coins with check your change, text overlay, voiceover. Before you spend your quarters, take a closer look. A small minting error or pristine condition could mean you have a valuable coin hiding in your pocket. Outro graphic. Subscribe for more coin finds. Voiceover. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out your collection and keep an eye out for rare coins. Who knows? Your next discovery could be worth thousands. Top 2. Welcome to today's exciting coin discovery. If you're into rare and valuable coins, you'll want to pay close attention, because today we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1965 American quarter dollar. It may seem like a simple coin at first glance, but believe it or not, this quarter could be worth a whole lot more than its face value. Cut to close-up of 1965 quarter coin spinning slowly voiceover. The 1965 quarter dollar is often overlooked by many, but for collectors, it's a coin that tells a unique story in the history of U.S. currency. This is a year of major change, as 1965 marked the beginning of a new era for coin production in the United States. Cut to footage of U.S. Mint building voiceover. Prior to 1965, U.S. quarters were made of 90% silver, but due to a silver shortage and rising demand, the U.S. Mint switched the quarters composition to a copper-nickel-clad alloy, starting in 1965. This drastic change is what sets these coins apart from earlier quarters and has made certain 1965 quarters highly valuable. Zoom in on 1965 quarter coin, focusing on mint mark and date voiceover. But it's not just the composition that makes these coins unique. Some of the most valuable 1965 quarters are those that were struck with rare errors or imperfections. For example, there are some with doubling of the date or mint mark, known as a double die variety. Others may have been struck off-center or with other unusual features. These errors can turn a seemingly ordinary quarter into a rare treasure. Cut to graphic. 1965 quarter mint mark variations and errors. Voiceover. Let's break it down further. The mint mark, which indicates where the coin was struck, is important to collectors. For the 1965 quarter, the most valuable coins tend to come from the Denver Mint, marked with a D. So, if you happen to have a 1965 quarter with a D mint mark and it's in exceptional condition, you could be holding onto a rare find. Cut to professional grading label and coin certification voiceover. When it comes to value, the condition of the coin is crucial. Coins that are uncirculated or have been preserved in pristine condition are worth significantly more than those with wear and tear. In fact, coins that have been graded by professional services, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can fetch much higher prices when sold at auction. Cut to close-up of coin under magnifying glass, showing details voiceover. So, how much could a 1965 quarter be worth? Well, depending on the rarity, condition, and any special errors, some of these quarters have been sold for tens of thousands of dollars. Graphics showing $64,000 in bold letters voiceover. For example, certain rare 1965 quarters have sold for an astounding $64,000. That's right, $64,000. That's a huge payout for a coin that was originally minted for just 25 cents. But remember, this kind of value only applies to coins with specific, rare characteristics. Cut to person inspecting coins with magnifying glass voiceover. So, what should you be looking for in your own collection or spare change? First, check the condition of the coin. Is it uncirculated or in mint condition? Next, examine the mint mark. Is it a D from the Denver Mint? And finally, look closely for any possible errors or unique features, like doubling, off-center strikes, or other noticeable imperfections that could increase its value. Cut to various coins on table with text overlay. Check your spare change. Voiceover. Rare coins like the 1965 quarter don't show up every day, but if you keep an eye out, you might just stumble upon one in your own collection or even in your pocket change. Coins with unique characteristics and historical significance can bring in incredible sums, so it's worth taking the time to examine your quarters carefully. Cut to image of coin collectors looking at rare coins in a catalog voiceover. Collectors and investors alike are constantly on the lookout for coins from this era, especially those that have been well preserved or are in pristine condition. If you find yourself in possession of a rare 1965 quarter, you'll want to have it professionally graded and appraised. Doing so can significantly increase its value when it comes time to sell. Outro. Text overlay. Subscribe for more coin discoveries. Voiceover. Thanks for tuning in to today's Coin Discovery. Don't forget to check your coins and keep an eye out for rare finds like the 1965 quarter dollar. Who knows? Your next coin could be worth thousands. Be sure to subscribe to stay updated with more valuable coin tips and hidden treasures from the world of numismatics. Top 3. Welcome to today's exciting coin discovery. If you think all quarters are created equal, think again. Today, we're taking a closer look at the 1990 American quarter dollar, a seemingly ordinary coin that can actually be worth thousands, if you know what to look for. So, grab your magnifying glass, because this could be the start of your next big coin find. Cut to close-up of 1990 quarter spinning voiceover. At first glance, the 1990 quarter might seem just like any other quarter in your pocket change. It has the iconic image of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, and the standard minting details. But for coin collectors and numismatists, this particular year has an added layer of intrigue. What's special about the 1990 quarter, and why should you care about it? Well, it all comes down to the details, the small things that make some of these coins extremely rare and valuable. Cut to footage of U.S. Mint building. Fade to minting process voiceover. The year 1990 marked a key point in U.S. coin history. Quarters were still being made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, a shift that started in 1965 due to a national silver shortage. Unlike earlier quarters, which were struck with 90% silver, the 1990 quarter has a different blend of metals, copper and nickel, which can sometimes make collectors overlook it. But don't let that fool you. Zoom in on coin's date and mint mark voiceover. Some of the most valuable 1990 quarters are those that have rare errors or defects, like double die varieties or off-center strikes. These coins are considered errors by the U.S. Mint, but for collectors, they're highly prized and can sell for significant sums at auction. Cut to graphic. 1990 quarter errors, showing images of double die and off-center strikes voiceover. One of the most common and valuable errors in 1990 quarters is the double die variety. What does this mean? Essentially, the coin was struck twice, causing the design to appear doubled in certain areas, like the date, mint mark, or even parts of Washington's portrait. This doubling is often subtle, but when spotted, it makes the coin much more valuable than a regular 1990 quarter. Another important error to watch out for is the off-center strike, where the coin wasn't properly aligned during production. resulting in an imbalanced or distorted design. Cut to close-up of coin under magnifying glass. Zooming in on specific details, voiceover. Let's take a moment to break down how these errors can impact the value of the coin. The double die error occurs when the die is misaligned during the minting process, creating a second impression of the design on the coin. This is usually visible in the date, and often the doubling is easiest to spot on the numbers or letters of the mint mark. An off-center strike, on the other hand, happens when the coin isn't positioned correctly in the press, resulting in part of the design being cut off, or sometimes leaving large blank spaces around the image. These errors make the coin stand out and increase its rarity, which in turn makes it more desirable to collectors. Cut to graphic. Rare 1990 quarter value. $93,000 with bold text voiceover. So, how much can a 1990 quarter actually be worth? Well, here's the big reveal. Some of these rare error coins have sold for incredible sums at auction. Depending on the rarity of the error and the quality of the coin, a 1990 quarter with the right characteristics could fetch as much as $93,000. Yes, you heard that right. $93,000. That's a massive difference compared to the quarter's original value of just 25 cents. Cut to professional coin grading process and certification labels voiceover. Now, before you get too excited, it's important to understand that not every 1990 quarter is going to be worth that much. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. A coin that's been well preserved, with minimal wear and no damage, has a much better chance of being worth a significant amount. For rare error coins, professional grading services like PCGS or NGC evaluate coins and assign them a grade based on their quality. Coins that are graded at a higher level, such as MS65 or better, tend to sell for much more than those with lower grades. Cut to person inspecting quarters with magnifying glass and light source voiceover. So, what should you be looking for when inspecting your own 1990 quarters? First, start by examining the mint mark. Coins minted in Philadelphia won't have a mint mark, while coins minted in Denver will have a D. The next step is to carefully inspect the coin for any signs of doubling in the design, especially the date and mint mark. You'll also want to check for any off-center strikes or other signs of minting errors. Cut to image of coin collectors examining their finds voiceover. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare varieties, so if you do come across a 1990 quarter that seems to be in pristine condition or has one of these rare errors, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded. A certified coin can fetch much higher prices at auction, and it's important to know exactly what you have before deciding whether to sell or keep it. Cut to coins on table, displaying various 1990 quarters with text overlay. Check your coins. Voiceover. Before you toss your spare change or put that quarter in your pocket, take a second to examine it closely. A 1990 quarter with the right minting errors could be worth a lot more than you think, and it could be the rare coin you've been looking for. So take your time, inspect your coins, and don't forget, this simple piece of currency could be your next big find. Outro. Subscribe for more coin discoveries. Text on screen voiceover. Thank you for watching today's Coin Discovery. We hope this video has helped you understand just how valuable a 1990 quarter can be, especially if it has one of those rare minting errors. Make sure to check your coins carefully and stay tuned for more exciting coin tips and valuable finds. Who knows? Your next coin could be worth thousands. Top 4. Welcome to another exciting episode of Rare Coin Discoveries. In today's video, we're taking a deep dive into a coin that you might overlook in your spare change, the 1998 American Quarter Dollar. While it might seem like a standard coin at first glance, some of these quarters are hiding rare and valuable characteristics that make them worth much more than you would expect. Stick with us as we explore how certain 1998 quarters could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Cut to close-up of 1998 quarter coin, showing date and mint mark voiceover. To the untrained eye, a 1998 quarter looks just like any other modern quarter, featuring the classic image of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The coin has the usual inscriptions like E Pluribus Unum and In God We Trust on the obverse, with a simple eagle on the reverse. But the true story of value in these quarters lies in some very specific and very rare, details that many collectors actively search for. Cut to footage of the U.S. Mint building and minting process voiceover. The U.S. Mint's production of coins in 1998 marked a time of standard copper-nickel composition for most circulating quarters. While no major design changes occurred that year, it was the small, often unnoticed imperfections in the minting process that turned some of these quarters into highly coveted collectibles. During production, certain 1998 quarters were struck with notable errors that have since made them extremely valuable to serious coin collectors. Zoom in on the coin's design details. Focus on mint mark and date, voiceover. One of the key reasons why the 1998 quarter can be worth so much is due to the occurrence of minting errors. These errors happen when the coin dies or minting process doesn't go as planned, creating a unique feature that makes the coin stand out from others. The most valuable 1998 quarters are those with noticeable flaws that make them extremely rare and difficult to find. Cut to graphic. 1998 quarter errors with examples of double die and off-center strikes voiceover. Among the errors that make the 1998 quarter so valuable are double die varieties and off-center strikes. A double die occurs when the coin is struck more than once by the die, causing the design to appear doubled in certain parts of the coin. This is especially noticeable on the date, mint mark, and parts of Washington's portrait. The double design can sometimes be subtle, but once you spot it, you'll see the coin's value instantly increase. Cut to close-up of coin under magnifying glass, showing possible double die errors voiceover. Double die errors are considered one of the most sought-after types of minting mistakes. They are often spotted on the date, where the numbers appear to overlap, creating a doubled look. The mint mark is another place where doubling may occur, with the D or P appearing to be more pronounced than usual. These imperfections are usually faint but still visible to the trained eye, and they make certain 1998 quarters worth much more than their face value. Cut to footage of off-center strikes and other error coins voiceover. Another error to watch for in the 1998 quarter is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned in the minting press. As a result, part of the design can be cut off or misaligned, creating an unusual look. Off-center errors can vary from being slightly off to having a large chunk of the design missing, but in either case, these errors make the coin more unique and more valuable. Zoom in on a coin with a large off-center strike voiceover. Off-center strikes are one of the most visually striking errors you can find. A coin with this kind of flaw might have part of George Washington's face or the mint mark missing, giving the coin an asymmetrical and distinctive appearance. The more pronounced the off-center error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins like these are incredibly rare, which is why collectors pay top dollar for them. Pause with graphics showing $70,000 in bold letters voiceover. So, how much could a 1998 quarter be worth if it has one of these rare errors? Well, here's the exciting part. Certain 1998 quarters with these types of flaws have sold for as much as $70,000 at auction. Yes, $70,000 for a coin that was originally minted for just 25 cents. It's remarkable how a small imperfection can turn a regular coin into a true treasure. Cut to professional coin grading process voiceover. However, not all 1998 quarters are worth this much. The value of a coin depends largely on its condition. Coins that have been well preserved, with sharp details and no visible wear, are much more likely to fetch a high price. If you believe you found a rare error in your 1998 quarter, the next step is to have it professionally graded. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC evaluate coins based on their quality and assign them a grade, which can significantly impact their market value. Cut to footage of a person inspecting a coin under magnifying glass voiceover. So, how do you identify a valuable 1998 quarter? First, examine the condition of the coin. Is it in excellent shape, with little to no wear on the design? Next, check the mint mark. Quarters from Philadelphia won't have a mint mark, while those from Denver will have a D. The key, however, is looking closely for any doubling in the design or for an off-center strike. Cut to close-up of several 1998 quarters, each being inspected for errors voiceover. Once you have a good look at the coin, check carefully for any unusual features, whether it's doubling, an off-center strike, or any other irregularity in the design. Keep in mind that the more noticeable the error, the more valuable the coin will be. A coin with a clear off-center strike, for example, can often fetch a much higher price than one with a minor double die. Cut to image of coin collectors examining their finds voiceover. Coins with rare minting errors, especially from years like 1998, are always in demand. Serious collectors are constantly searching for these coins to add to their collections. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you could be looking at a significant payday. So, it's always a good idea to have your coins professionally appraised, especially if you suspect you've found a valuable error. Outro. Subscribe for more coin discoveries, text overlay, or voiceover. Thank you for joining us today on this coin discovery journey. If you've got any 1998 quarters in your collection, or in your change, take a moment to inspect them for rare errors. Who knows, you might be holding onto a hidden gem worth thousands. Don't forget to subscribe for more coin tips, valuable finds, and exciting discoveries in the world of numismatics. Top 5. Welcome, coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into a fascinating coin from 1984, the American quarter dollar. At first glance, it may look like just another standard coin, but hidden beneath its simple design are some incredibly rare and valuable traits. If you've ever wondered if an ordinary quarter could be worth thousands of dollars, the 1984 quarter might just have the answer. In this video, we'll explore how certain 1984 quarters can be worth up to an astounding $85,000. Let's take a closer look. Cut to close-up of 1984 quarter coin. Focus on date and mint mark voiceover. At first glance, the 1984 quarter seems pretty ordinary. It features the well-known image of George Washington on the front and the eagle on the reverse, with the usual inscriptions like "In God We Trust" and "E Pluribus Unum." The coin was struck from the standard copper-nickel clad composition used by the U.S. Mint since 1965. However, it's the subtle imperfections and unique errors in certain 1984 quarters that have made them highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. Cut to footage of U.S. Mint building and minting process voiceover. In 1984, the U.S. Mint was continuing its production of clad quarters, and while most of the minting process went smoothly, there were certain quirks in the production line that led to the creation of rare error coins. It's these minting flaws that are the key to understanding why some 1984 quarters can be worth far more than their face value. So, what exactly makes a 1984 quarter so special? Let's break it down. Zoom in on coin, focus on date, mint mark, and design details voiceover. The first thing to understand is that while the majority of 1984 quarters were minted perfectly, a small percentage of these coins were struck with notable errors during the minting process. Some of these errors were minor, while others were more dramatic. But regardless of the size or type of the error, these coins are far rarer than their flawless counterparts, and this rarity is what makes them so valuable. Cut to graphic. Types of errors found in 1984 quarters with examples of double die and off-center strikes voiceover. The two most sought-after errors in the 1984 quarter are double die varieties and off-center strikes. A double die error occurs when the die used to stamp the coin is struck multiple times, causing the design on the coin to appear doubled. This is particularly noticeable on the date, mint mark, or even parts of George Washington's image. Double die coins are very rare, and when you find one, it's often a highly coveted piece for collectors. Cut to close-up of 1984 quarter, highlighting the double die effect on the date or mint mark voiceover. Take a close look at the date and mint mark on your 1984 quarter. If you spot a faint but noticeable doubling effect, that's a strong sign of a double die error. This doubling can sometimes be subtle, but in other cases, it's clearly visible. A coin with this kind of error can be worth significantly more than a regular 1984 quarter, sometimes even thousands of dollars. The more distinct and noticeable the doubling, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors pay top dollar for these rare finds, especially if the doubling is on the date or mint mark. Cut to footage of off-center strikes on coins voiceover. Another error to look out for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is misaligned during the minting process, causing part of the coin's design to be cut off or misaligned. An off-center strike can be subtle, with just a small portion of the design missing, or it can be much more dramatic, with a large portion of the coin's design completely cut off. Off-center errors make the coin unique, and as a result, they are highly valuable to collectors. Cut to close-up of an off-center 1984 quarter voiceover. Off-center strikes are some of the most prized errors for collectors, and they're much rarer than you might think. Coins with this kind of misalignment are not only interesting visually, but they also stand out in a collection. If you find a 1984 quarter with a noticeable off-center strike, you could be holding onto a rare gem. The more severe the misalignment, the higher the value. Pause with graphics showing $85,000 in bold letters voiceover. Now, let's talk about the real question. How much can these 1984 error coins actually be worth? Well, here's the exciting part. Certain 1984 quarters with noticeable minting errors, like double die varieties and off-center strikes, have been known to sell for as much as $85,000 at auction. That's right, $85,000 for a coin that originally had a value of just 25 cents. It's amazing to think that a simple minting error could turn a common quarter into a rare treasure. Cut to professional coin grading process voiceover. Of course, not every 1984 quarter is going to be worth that much. The value of a coin is heavily dependent on its condition. Coins that have been well preserved and show little to no wear are much more likely to fetch higher prices, especially when paired with a rare minting error. If you think you found a 1984 quarter with a valuable error, the next step is to have it professionally graded. Cut to footage of coin grading service. Coins being examined with magnifying glass voiceover. Coin grading is the process of evaluating a coin's condition and assigning it a grade. Coins that are in pristine condition, free from scratches, nicks, and discoloration, are graded higher and can be worth much more than those that are worn or damaged. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC are experts in determining the quality of coins, and their certifications can significantly increase a coin's value. So if you've got a 1984 quarter that looks promising, consider having it graded to unlock its full potential. Cut to close-up of a 1984 quarter, looking for minting errors voiceover. When examining a 1984 quarter for errors, it's important to pay attention to the details. Check the date closely. Look for any signs of doubling in the numbers or letters. Examine the mint mark to see if it appears more than once or if it's misaligned. Also, check the overall alignment of the design. Any part of the coin's image missing or misaligned could indicate an off-center strike. These are the key characteristics to look for when searching for valuable error coins. Cut to footage of coin collector inspecting various quarters voiceover. Be sure to inspect your 1984 quarters carefully. If you find one with a noticeable error, such as doubling or an off-center strike, it could be worth significantly more than its face value. The rarer and more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. If you think you found something special, it's always a good idea to have it professionally appraised or graded. Outro. Subscribe for more coin discoveries, text overlay, voiceover. Thank you for joining us on this exciting exploration of the 1984 quarter and its hidden value. If you have any 1984 quarters in your collection, or if you find one in your change, take a moment to check for those rare minting errors. You never know, you might just have a valuable coin worth thousands of dollars. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights into valuable coins and rare finds. And stay tuned for more amazing coin discoveries in future videos.